Arsenal 1, FC Zurich 0. A game ended at Emirates in favor of Arsenal. Arsenal have won this game of football, and obviously they've gone ahead to reach the round of 16 of the UEFA Europa League. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokan David. Smash the like button, comment and share. Come on, Gunners. And obviously the Gunners have gone ahead to really solidify their leading the group of the UEFA Europa League against PSV Eindhoven. They've won that game of football by 1-0, courtesy of that thunderous strike by the left back of Arsenal in the names of Kieran Tierney. And obviously, they're through, they're up, and they're really doing great. And obviously, they've gone ahead to do the needful and really win that game of football. Remember, however much PSV went ahead to win their game of football, it was really of no use provided Arsenal went ahead to win its game. And if at all Arsenal had lost its game, then a win of PSV would have been really relevant. But them failing to win against Arsenal failing to lose, then the win of PSV is irrelevant. So lots of things really happened in the game of football today, and Arsenal have really gone ahead to show their nerves that they are really one of those best teams that are in the world as far as the way they are winning these games of football are concerned. There are very many positives that are really taking part into this game of football. Arsenal has not conceded a goal. They've kept a clean sheet. Very, very much called for because they only conceded 2 goals. Down in Zurich, Arsenal beat FC Zurich by 2-1, meaning that Arsenal conceded 1. But right now at Emirates, Arsenal said no. And they kept a clean sheet, though they really required some good saves from Ramsdale to really keep that clean sheet, and they never conceded a goal. But Zurich, however much they came into this game of football without nothing to lose, because they had already lost everything, and they're really lying bottom on top of the table. And they couldn't, even if they won, they wouldn't have gone ahead to go on and compete with Bordeaux to go on and really go into the UEFA Europa Conference League. They really put up resistance. I will remember in my match preview and match prediction and match build-up, I really promised or predicted that Gabriel Jesus is going to go ahead and really score a goal, but they never allowed him. But I believe the creativity was not all that much. I think the only chance he got in the second half, as the ball curled into the net, it really hit the back of the goalkeeper, and it went to the corner kick. So I think that's the only clear chance that Gabriel Jesus got. He played only 60 minutes. The manager got him off, reason being Arsenal are really looking to prepare for the game of Chelsea over the weekend. The good thing is that they've gone ahead to win the game of football, and what else is better than a win in this Arsenal game? Another positive is Kieran Tierney coming up and really scoring goals. I believe when you're really having lots of people coming in from different angles to score goals, it's the best thing that your team will ever experience. That's the best way you want your team to be playing. Reason being, every time you really tie your knot on that one player. Let me give an example like Man City over the weekend. Haaland has been scoring goals, but because they're having very many other players, Kevin De Bruyne is the one who scored for them over the weekend. Even in the midweek in the Champions League, it was Mahrez, another one known as Lewis, the young one from the academy, and Alves. Alves was also great and scored for Man City. So this is what your team need. If at all you want to go on and really extend a lot from where you are supposed to go on and really win these games of football. And that's what Arsenal has done. And to win them, you need to be having people scoring from different angles of the world. To me, I believe Arsenal never put up a very good display like they put up against Nottingham Forest. Obviously, expected that because almost half of the team that started against Nottingham was not on the field of play. The only players that started against Nottingham were Ramsdale, Ben White, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Gabriel Jesus. Only those, meaning only 4 players that started in the first 11 against Nottingham are the ones that started. But he later brought on Thomas Partey, Tommy Yasu, and Bukayo Saka. So that's how Arsenal really played the game of football today. Not all that a very eye-catching display, but obviously they went through. They went through, and obviously they're not going to play the round of 32, sorry, the playoff round, battling the teams coming from the Champions League like Manchester United. To bring you up to speed, Manchester United were playing away in Spain. They won by 1-0. They had the same number of points with Real Sociedad, but Real Sociedad had a better goal difference. And obviously, United is going to play either of the following teams in the playoff, and the draws are going to be really held on Monday. United are going to play either Barcelona, Juventus, Bayern Leverkusen, Ajax, Shakhtar Donetsk. There is Bayern Leverkusen. Which other team are they going to play? There is another team they're going to play. So Arsenal is not going to play those teams that are coming in from the Champions League and sloping down to what we call the Premier League. And kudos to Mikel Arteta. However much everything is really going on as planned, but the squad looks that there is really a very huge drop-off of Arsenal, especially when the first players are out. That's it. You've seen today when Thomas Partey is out, Saliba is out, Zinchenko is out, Gabriel Jesus, Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Granit Xhaka, and Odegaard. When they're out, obviously, it's not good news for Arsenal. The other positive is that El Nini has played today. Returning from injury, he played close to 60 minutes. He was taken off, and Thomas Partey came on through and really played some 30 minutes. Obviously, Zinchenko warmed up. I saw him among the players that were warming up, meaning that he's now fully fit. And the only prayers that Arsenal should go on and really send to Zinchenko is to go on and really keep fit. You need Zinchenko in that game on Sunday. Reason being, playing against Chelsea, having Zinchenko, he gives you balance on the field of play from either sides. And that is Zinchenko, the left-footed, overlapping fullback for Arsenal. The other positive is Reiss Nelson. Reiss Nelson, today, he really played very well. I saw him taking risks, and I believe Mikel Arteta is really telling him that go on and risk yourself. You get? You have to commit yourself to go on and really sit down with these players. That's what makes you a better player. It makes you a better player. But in transition, Arsenal looked great, but they lacked that cutting edge. Those line-breaking passes, they lacked them. They couldn't find those passing lanes to go on and really lay that cross into all that pass to find the likes of Gabriel Jesus. And I've always told you that, to me, I don't blame Gabriel Jesus for not having very many goals under Arsenal. The reason is, how many times have you seen Arsenal creating goals for him? They rarely do so. Then why do you go on and really blame him? I don't really blame him. Not really blame him, not even at a single point. Because if you ask me that today, how many chances did he get? He got only one. The goalkeeper saved it. Did you get him a second one? That's what I've been telling Manchester fans outside there, that I've always been critical of Ronaldo in games where they've been giving him lots of chances and he has not been converting them. But for today, he put up an assist for Garnacho. And secondly, he had a keeper to beat, looked the ball over, and it really went over the bar. So I don't blame him. If you believe that he's really costing you, get him other chances. Get him other chances. And that's what I'm talking about, Gabriel Jesus. Get him more chances. The more chances you're going to get this lad, the more goals he's going to score. The limited chances you create for him, the more limited the goals you're going to get from him. Yet for him, he keeps getting involved in very many goals every game. Like the game of Nottingham Forest, he was involved in almost 4 goals. What a kind of player. So I don't want to see Arsenal fans blaming him. And obviously, they need to go ahead and really create more chances for this guy to go on and score. And I believe the effect is Zinchenko. When Zinchenko is in the field of play, there is the way that left side area of the attack of Arsenal really gets blossomed. I mean, look at Gabriel Jesus. Most of the goals are scored. He has scored them coming in from that side, and that is the left attacking side of the midfield, meaning that maybe Zinchenko's absence here is also affecting the guy in this game of football. Let's see the shot of... That is the shot that resulted into the first goal of Arsenal in the 17th minute. Obviously, this is the thunderous shot that Kieran Tierney directed to the goal of FC Zurich, and obviously it went to the back of the net to make it 1-0 for Arsenal. And Arsenal never added on any other goal. They never added, no goal. And obviously, it went to the back of the net. That is the man of the moment, and that is Zinchenko, obviously doing it right. And obviously, there is something, there is a photo I'm looking for that really best described that shot and how it really went into the back of the net. That's it. That's it. With all the precision, with all the power and energy, he pulled the trigger, and it was on target into the back of the net. And you see that a game that you expect Arsenal would have gone ahead to go on and really win easily, as I really predicted. I thought Arsenal would go on to beat them like 3-0 because they had nothing to lose and Arsenal really had a point to prove. Having beaten Nottingham by 5-0, this would have been a different game altogether. But it shows you how things really turn out in the Premier League and the European side. Europe is really hard. You see, teams really find it hard to score. And Arsenal in the entire tournament, or group stages, they've gone ahead to score how many goals? They scored 2 against Zurich. They scored 3 against Bordeaux and 1 away. Those are 4. Those are 6. They scored 1 against PSV. Those are how many? Those are 7. And they scored 1 against. So they scored only 8 goals. So it shows you how hard it gets in the Champions League group stages. And right now, I believe one of the things that Arsenal are really facing is fatigue. Their players are really tired. The players of Arsenal are totally tired. And that was the goal that they really scored and really saw them win this game of football. But there is this moment that even Bukayo Saka screamed at while he was here at the goal line, because look at the guy tearing apart the shirt of Kieran Tierney as he was rerunning to go on and be put in that cross. It shows you how these players of FC Zurich were here to go for everything. He went for a shot. He felt like I couldn't really get or stop Kieran Tierney, but let me really get hold of his shirt. And obviously, the shirt was torn. Look at Bukayo Saka screaming. These boys of Zurich were here to go at least and really play for respect. And this is what resulted into the guy's shirt was totally torn and he was really taken aside and obviously given a new shirt. And he obviously came back on the field of play, that is Kieran Tierney, and really played a very good game. And I believe he's going to be the man of the match. Him and Aaron Ramsdale, one of those is supposed to be the man of the match, because I believe they're the only ones that have gone ahead to put in a man of the match performance in this game of football. Not so. So I believe lots of things happen in this game of football as we've talked about them. And I don't know what you think about these performances of Arsenal. I'm having James Simuchumba. We are following you here from Zambia. Thank you for watching in from Zambia. Are you in Lusaka? Where exactly are you? Then I'm having Namara Juma. I'm happy that we won the match. Obviously, yeah. You're not like Manchester United. United won, but they're going to play the playoff with teams coming in from the Champions League. Then memory, worried Tomiyasu hamstring. I wonder how severe the injury is. We are really going to be, I think the scan is going to be conducted tomorrow, because I saw him really go down on the field of play, and the manager is really going to come out and really tell us what he thinks about Tomiyasu as far as the game of football is concerned. So let's really keep it. Let's really keep it. Rokani Media Football, and always tell us what you think about this reaction. Now, let's go to what we call the stats of how Arsenal really played today against the team which goes by the names of Briols. It's not Real Sociedad. It's United that played Real Sociedad. Let's see how Arsenal played against. Let's see how Arsenal featured against FC Zurich. Arsenal had 17 shots. FC Zurich had 7. 4 shots on target for Arsenal. 2 for FC Zurich, 56% ball possession by Arsenal, 44% ball possession by FC Zurich, 368 passes completed by Arsenal, 291 passes completed by FC Zurich, 78% passing accuracy, 64% by FC Zurich, 11 fouls by Arsenal, 9 by FC Zurich, 1 yellow card to Arsenal, 3 to FC Zurich, 0 red cards, 3 offsides to both sides, 8 corners for Arsenal, and 4 corners for FC Zurich. So that's what really happened down at the Emirates, and Arsenal really went ahead to win this game of football by 1-0. I believe it was known an easy win for them. Then Memory is telling me he's watching in from KE. That is Kenya, not so. Then I'm having Zakaria Idris. Well, we tried, but we really need more players to keep on here. Even Mikel Arteta talked about it in the press conference that Arsenal needs more players. Arsenal needs to go on and really get in more signings if at all they are to compete at the high level of the Premier League, because they are competing with teams like Liverpool that are really having a huge squad. They're competing with teams like Man City that are really having a very, very huge squad. So, guys, thank you very much for watching in. This is Rock and David. We call it a night for now. I think I'm going to return with the player ratings, and obviously, you're going to let me know who was your player of the match in the next video we are going to broadcast here. I'm out.